Yo, what is going on, guys? Mfetty here, and I said I was going to bring it to you guys. This is the gun bunch tight end mini scheme. Gun bunch tight end is located in two playbooks, the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks, and the big difference between the two, really the only difference, is Seattle has curl flat corner and Miami has tight end corner. So it's basically, they both do the same thing. They attack the deep corner of the field. So it's basically whatever you want to do. If you like tight end corner, the post they offer, then run that. But if you like curl flat, it's personal preference. Personally, I like curl flat just because that's it's just that deep corner, so nice to have. But this mini scheme really, the great thing about gun bunch tight end is all the audibles are set to plays you want to run. So inside zone is one, PA boot over is one, curl flat corner is one, and then your inside switch is one. So again, this is exactly the plays you want to run in this playbook. They have different plays as well, but I don't really run them that much. We will show you one play that I do run outside of the audibles, and that's X spot. But basically, the main two plays you wanna stress is PA boot over and inside zone. As you can see, they're my most used plays, just because they're so annoying. Like inside zone, such an annoying run to stop, especially in this formation. It just for whatever reason, it just gets 5 yards a pop. Like it's so difficult to slow down. It was good last year too. And then PA boot over again is an incredible play. Just that deep crossing route is super tough to stop. This is an offense that I really always feel confident. Like last year, I just went into it, and right away I was confident. I was throwing great throws and making great reads. It's just an offense I really like, and it's the reason why I call it a mini scheme is because this offense does have potential to stay in as just one offense, but it becomes even more powerful if you're mixing in different formations and then coming back to this. So like I said, we'll come out in X spot, but so a few subs that I like to make are I'll put in the slot, I'll put my best receiver, so that's obviously going to be Julio. So we'll just quickly switch that. Julio needs to be in the slot. Reason being is because you want your best receiver really basically running all the best routes in this formation. Then I'll put Justin Hardy. I'm assuming he's probably faster. So you just want a faster receiver. You want fast receivers in this formation, just because there's lots of routes where you need to utilize speed. So again, we'll come out next spot, and then we'll come on cover 4 because we can get to everything from there. We'll show you. I just have basically one spot. I really basically have one setup that I like to run. I'll do something like this. I will streak Ridley, and I'll not in-route Hooper. I'll in-route Hardy and drag Hooper, and then I'll motion over Jones. And this is basically my setup. As you can see, we got a few levels plays. Hardy's basically there to kind of suck down the yellows to hit the post. Hooper's there as an underneath option, and then you got Coleman and then the post. So you can see here the drag's open. Take the drag, take that upfield for quite a bit of yards. And then again, the post route is open. You just have to be careful. You don't want to throw it into a tight space. So again, see the drag's open. You can see the post route starting to get open right there. That's such a tender area of the field. And that's just a deep kind of potential where it's kind of like a back-breaking route. You do need some time in the pocket, but it's open there in that tender part of the numbers area there. And then that's basically all you do. Just make a read on the drag, on the in route from Hardy, and then that's basically X spot in a nutshell. That's basically what you want to run. We'll just show you against different coverages too, I guess. But it doesn't really matter what they're running. It's pretty much going to be open. That all those routes are pretty much open against any coverage regardless. Again, so running against cover 2. You can see the drag gets open, and then you just want someone faster at tight end who can turn it upfield. So personally, I'll use Evan Ingram there. And then again, against cover 2, we'll try and hit the post. Again, the post is definitely a read where you have to to make last minute. You don't want to stare down the post. When you stare down the post, you miss the in route and the drag lots. I'm guilty of this sometimes too, especially if I want a big play. You can see the square is wide open there. And then we'll try and hit the post here. Like I said, if you get too hung up on the post, it can get, bad for you, because then you're going to start just relying on one route to get open, and sometimes it won't. Madden's random. Sometimes that post route won't get open. But as you can see here, wide open. Wide open. That's why I put my best receiver, Julio Jones, there, because he can make a play and turn that upfield. So that's basically what you want to do for inside switch. Cover 3, again, is the same thing as cover 4. It's the coverage basically, like I said, it doesn't really matter what they run. It's just going to be open pretty much against everything that they run. Something's going to be open. They're going to have to adjust heavily. Again, the zones drift, hit your tight end for huge gains. That's 12 yards, not bad. And again, if you have someone faster, you never know, you can turn that up for a little bit more. And then it's basically just making reads. This play has actually become one of my favorites out of this formation, just because there's so much you can do. Here again, you see Coleman's open. Try and turn that upfield. The swing route is not as good as I'd like, just because the animation gets kind of slow, and then the linebacker seems to make a play on it like quicker. We'll just run clouds and see if that'll be open. If it's not, then we'll just hit something else. But again, this is the setup you want to do. Just a very basic setup, nothing too crazy. You can see you run a cloud. Yeah, the cloud flat still plays it. So the swing route's not the best route. Maybe you run an out route. If you wanna do something like this, you can run an out route, and then that way you can maybe get a little bit more speed upfield. But here we'll try to hit the post against cover 3 if it's open. And again, tender part of the field, it was open. Again, it does take time. So again, for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you that I can hit it. A lot of people are doing 3-man rushes this year. So what I'll say is, just make the read, take what's there, don't stare it down. But if you do want a big play, even block your running back, give yourself a little bit more time, and you can see it's going to get open right there. I possession caught it just because I'm so used to possession catching, just because I like catching the ball. I don't want to run the risk of a player on the defense making a play and knocking the ball out of my hands. So I always possession catch, but you could definitely rack that. As you can see, I'm so used to possession catching. So that's X spot in a nutshell. Took a little longer than I wanted to take, but that's basically becoming one of my favorite plays in this formation. The next play I'll go through is inside switch. Inside switch is pretty good. The problem I have is that corner route doesn't want to get open a lot to Hooper, just because it is a tight end running it. But my favorite route on this play is the route to Jones, the little curl, because that gets open on pretty much on everything, unless they run man-to-man. But if they run man-to-man, their post is going to be open. If they don't have a fast linebacker, Coleman will be open because they get to the flat so quick. And then basically, you'll see here, they don't cover the flat. Take your route to Coleman, and that's 10 yards, 10 to 11 yards. And we'll just show you, again, this is basically the setup I do. It's basically, gotta make sure I'm the right play. This is what I do for the base setup. And then I just make a read off of what they give me. I'll show you against a cover 4. The corner route can get open. We're in hard flats here. You just have to be careful that Jalen doesn't make a play. And you can see possession catches are so stupid this year, where they'll start to go down, but then they'll pop back up, and then the DB makes a play on it. So hopefully that gets patched. Like, I'm really hoping that gets patched, because that's just a killer. It really ruins the tight kind of throws you got to make, and those nice, dots that you cook up, because the possession catches are so busted. But that was open. Jalen just made like a stupid, play on it when Hooper should have just went down. But as you can see, it is open if they do run hard flats. And then we're going to show you now the little baby curl. This is my favorite little back-breaking route. As you can see, the zones drift, leaving Julio with a little baby curl. And sometimes they drift even more because if someone's using that guy, that left screen linebacker, nobody's going to be in that area, right? So it's just a really good little, I always call it a little back-breaking route. As you can see, everybody drifts, and then you just take that, 5 to 6 yards, and then sometimes if they drift far enough or there's enough open space, you can turn that upfield for maybe a 10-yard gain. It's just a nice little, like, when you're making your last read, you just dump it off to Julio. And then we're going to try to hit the post here. The post is hard, especially against cover 4, just because those blues like to make plays on it. So what I'll do if I want to try hitting the post, I'll try and do this. And then I'll block Coleman. And then that's the setup I'll do. I always put an in route. You can put a drag, but I like to put an in route because I like sucking down the yellows for a bit. But this is basically what I'd run against cover 4. And then you can see it gets open over the linebackers' heads. And then that's just a nice little area you can throw it into. By the numbers, again, the numbers areas is tender areas. They do take a while to open up, but they're there for you, like I said, if you have some time in the pocket. So against cover 2, it's basically the same thing. You just wanna make a read again. So cover 2, we'll just run the base setup again. Cover 2 clouds, you can kind of hit it. There we just kind of got a fluky spin move, but you don't really want to hit that table route against a cloud flat, just because they play both the corner and the table really well. That's why cover 2 is always a good defense, because they just play pretty much everything well. So what you can do is just wait a little bit longer, and you can see even then, yeah. So the table route against cover 2 is not really a viable option. So that's why I would run a different setup for cover 2. Now if they're on hard flats, then obviously you can hit the corner route, just because we'll just show you here. If they're on hard flats, Jalen's going to be aggressive on covering the table, and then that leaves Hooper open. So again, possession catch. Stupid animation again. They need to fix that. Hopefully they do. And then, so for cover 2, what I like to stress the post route. I like to, let my opponent know that I'll hit that post route all day long if they give it to me. So what I'll do is I'll streak Hooper, I'll block Coleman, and then I basically make the same setup as the one I showed you before. I'll block Coleman just for a little bit extra time in the pocket, and you're gonna see in routes open. Take that for how many ever yards? 6-7 yards. And then again, side switch. Gotta make sure I'm running 2 controllers here. Just want to make sure I got everything set up properly. And then again, streak block. Yeah, okay, there we go. Streak block, and then the same setup here. And then you just make a read. You just sit in the pocket, and as you can see, the square does get open. Square receiver gets open, but you need a lot of time in the pocket. So we'll just try and again show you. We're gonna spy out one of the ends, just because I don't want to deal with the aggressive pass rush that is practice mode. I'm blocking 6 people and I'm still getting shedded to death. So again, just gotta wait on it, and it gets to such a tender part of the field. And then that's what I mean. You attack the sidelines, you attack the middle. This formation is really tough against really any coverage that they bring to you. And then we'll show you cover 3. And again, this is basically what the main setup I'll run is I'll run that. And that's basically the main setup I'll run. I'll even put a drag if I don't really care about the in route, just because the drag's faster. And then you can see here, you can create more space with the drag rather than in route. Only reason why I run an in route is because it kind of sucks down the yellows a bit, so I can make a play with the deep post. But like I said, that little square route, the little triangle route to Julio is always open pretty much against every zone if you wait long enough. Boom. That's going to be a great red zone play for you as well, because if all the zones drift, you can just throw a little quick pass into Julio. So that's basically inside switch in a nutshell again. you really are attacking. It's kind of like X spot where you're attacking the post. You have underneath routes, and then like I said, these are plays that I would mix in with PA boot over. PA boot over is going to be your main play, just because that play is so hard to cover. And then the second to last play we'll go over, because I already went through PA boot over, so I probably won't go through that in this video. I'll let you guys check out my first Madden 19 video. That's the one play where I go over PA boot over, which is a great play in this formation, this staple in this formation. So basically the setup I'll run against curl flat is I will make sure I have all my bunch side to the wide side, just because I don't want to, if you run to the short side, they can make more plays on it. I know it sounds weird, but if you run to the short side, the deep blue can play a little bit shorter. They have that advantage. So here we'll run cover 4, and then this is the setup I like to do. That little curl route's just open as a last second option. As you can see, low pass to Hooper. That's 10 yards. That's basically what I like to do as a last ditch effort. If the corner route's taking too long and you got to get it off quick. So we'll just show you again that we can hit the corner route though. I just want to make sure everything's set up. Yep. So basically that's what you want to do. Out route square, streak Ridley, and then curl Hooper, and then you just motion out and you just make a read. And then as you can see, that curl or that corner route can get open. Now you see there that we're in cover 4, so he does make a little bit of a play on it. So it is definitely more of a cover 2 killer, this play, but that being said, you can still run it against whatever defense, basically, because that corner route is so hard to stop. So again, boom, just wait in the pocket, wait for things to develop. Now Matt Ryan gave us a bad ball there, but that was open there, and we're going to show you against cover 2, because that's really the play or the defense you really want to attack with this play. And again, I keep not getting the right play. Boom, setups right there. And you just make a read. You can see, oh my goodness, the cloud flats sucked down, and the Jaguars defense is just playing balls to the wall here. So again, we'll just show you. I'm gonna spy out one of their ends, just because I'm so annoyed with the pass rushing practice mode. That's the one frustrating thing with playing in practice mode, is the freaking pass rush is unbelievable. So again, sit in the pocket, wait, and then the corner route's wide open to Julio, and then again the stupid freaking possession catch. I'm calling it a bug. I think it's a bug. I think it needs to be fixed right away, just because it's so irritating to play and make a good dot and then have to pray that you get the right animation on a possession catch. So again, it's almost better just to rack catch it. They're going to catch it more anyways. I think that's honestly what I'm going to start doing at this point. But as you can see there, it is open, and then we'll run against cover 3, and it's basically the same thing. You just want to run basically the same setup, and then your main goal is to hit that corner route. Just got to stand in the pocket. Oh, I'm running the wrong play. I'm running spot. Gotta run curl flat. So again, for cover 3, you just basically want to do the same thing. It's the same setup. This setup's pretty universal. This plays a lot like the gun bunch curl flat. I think I went through that last year. Basically, you're just attacking the sidelines, and again, you just want to wait till that corner route develops, and then obviously rack or possession catches are broken. I'm gonna try and just possession catch or rack catch it and see if that gives me a better animation, just because it's frustrating that possession catches are so broken. Last year they were, I guess, a little bit too automatic, but this one I will, because I need the sideline toe tap. But as you can see, that was a cover 3, and if you just wait a little bit longer till he makes that cut and just starts running a little bit more to the sideline, the deep blue keeps drifting off. If you throw it at just after he cuts, the deep blue will make a play. So you just have to be a little bit more patient. This play again is a long developing route, and then the last play we'll go over is inside zone. We'll just run it. Running against in practice mode is not going to be fun, so this probably won't do it much justice, but inside zone in this playbook is so good. As you can see here, we just got 6 yards. It doesn't really matter what, I mean, they got to pack the box heavily. So if they run cover 4, they got to bring down their safeties. You know, they got to pinch the line, maybe crash it to the left. But as you can see here, it's still like a really solid running play. You can still see that opens up for 5 yards. Like, it's such an annoying run to stop. I know if I'm playing against someone who's running this, you know, they're gonna be able to basically, you're gonna have to user stuff the run, which can be difficult. It's something that, you know, you have to get into practice mode and learn how to do. But as you can see here, we almost cribbed that. We almost cribbed that. And as you see, it's another 6 yard gain. This run, if you just mix it in, you know, once every 3 plays or something like that, you're just gonna be such an annoying pest to stop with this offense. That's basically gonna do it for this mini scheme. That's really the big plays you want to run. So this is XBot. Again, I'll try and put in the adjustments I make to hot route wise in the description, just because there is a lot. But if you want, just pause it and then write them down yourself on, you know, a piece of paper or something like that, and that way you can have it beside you when you play. You can always have these hot routes up there. You can be like, oh, against this coverage I do this, or against that coverage. That's what I do personally. So XBot is the one play that you want to run. Inside switch is your other one. Inside zone, obviously the 5 yard a pop machine with potential to get even more yards. Curl flat corner is your you know, your sideline attacking kind of play where you just attack the deep, you know, part of the field on the left or right side. And then PA boot over is your obviously your money play. That's your bread and butter. That route to triangle is such an irritating route to stop. That's basically your main play. I would say you'd want to run PA boot over probably, I don't know, 70% of the game, and then you want to run the ball maybe another 15, so that's 85%, and then the other 15 you want to mix in the other plays that I said you want to run. And then you'll be, if you can master this, you can make the right reads and you know, be patient, don't force throws. You're going to be really tough to stop online. So that's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please smack a like on the video. Also subscribe if you guys want to keep getting these tips that I bring out. I'm going to be bringing them out for the whole year. This is a Madden channel from now on. This is the main stuff I'm going to be putting out, tip videos. We will be bringing other parts of Madden into the channel, but my main goal is to help you guys become better Madden players. It's something I really enjoy. So like I said, smack a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.